uplifting one another. I don't know what his topic is. I'm just making up
That's
a
what you just
topic.
talking about. You just batting off.
I'm just patting it off to, yes, we gotta uplift one another. So in relationships, that's one of the things that you hear a lot about in relationships is a non-supporting each other. Like we'll support somebody in their business or them going to work or something like that, but just uplifting them on the little things that they do is very important in a relationship and take it more seriously than nonchalant. You know, I hear people always go, "Well, I do this and I do that, so why should I praise so and so for doing it?" Because everybody likes to get a little praise. It's okay. It's okay for that moment for people to get praise and be uplifted and encouraged. And you should definitely get encouraged by your partner more than anybody else. Get encouraged by your partner. That's because you guys are becoming one. And if you're becoming one, you know if your partner's not feeling encouraged, then you shouldn't really be feeling encouraged. It's one of those things where you're now trying to stay connected to one another. So last week we did talk about communication. So we all know um, the whole 5 steps that we gave you for communicating. Now we want to communicate and give each other kudos, uplifting them, kind words, loving words, and inspiring each other. So, how do you feel?
I mean, you just jumped in with the conversation. I
Because I'm always here by myself first. I just might as well talk about something. Then, if you already have a topic coming, I feel like it'll always come together.
so what the premise of what you're saying is not only like you're saying just uplift, encouraging words of encouragement, affirmation, stuff like that
To your partner, yeah.
towards your partner.
Yes.
Yeah, very important. I mean, towards people, like,
Yeah,
but
but
more
we encourage
specifically in
people
the
more than we encourage our partners. That I'll have people that will uplift me more than my partner will
yeah.
uplift me. That's where your partner should be the one uplifting.
Mm-hmm.
I can uplift more people that are not my partner than I can my partner because we sometimes will take our partner for granted
Yeah.
and we want to kind of remember that nobody's perfect in a relationship, but we want to if we can learn something and improve our relationship. That's the best way to do it.
I would definitely agree. I feel like it's like you said, it's easier, especially for your partner. You take a lot of stuff that they do for granted,
Mhm.
especially like long-term marriages, all that.
Mhm.
Everything is just a given. Like, oh, you do this, I do that. But it is always nice. We always do like to hear it or be highlighted in a way. Like
Yeah.
when you do something, it's not always for gratification or getting the compliment or whatever, but you do feel good when you get it.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what your intent is, you couldn't even be looking for it, but hearing that is like acknowledgement. And everybody wants to be kind of acknowledged in some kind of way. And it's just that's an easy way. Like to do a compliment, to highlight something that you don't necessarily see. It's really good to I don't know, I feel to do.
And I'm back to what he said a little bit earlier is I'm a veto that so we're not doing it for that because a lot of times we do stuff for that. There's a lot of times that we don't do stuff for the kudos, but if we would be honest, we would just say, yeah, I'm doing it for the kudos because I normally wouldn't be doing this. I'm doing this because I love you. I'm doing this because we together and we're a partner. But at the end of the day, I want to hear some kudos, like for what the things that I do. And I think we feel bad and we want to down ourselves because, or other people want to down us because we want to admit that we're doing something for kudos, but we are. Like if I'm sitting up there scratching my husband's back, I want my kudos. Like, thank you, baby. You scratch it. You know how to scratch a mean back. Nobody knows how to scratch a back like me. I don't care if it's a made up. I want my kudos because I scratched your back. I didn't feel like scratching your back. I didn't want to scratch your back. But you're my husband. I love you, so I'm gonna scratch your
So
back.
we're
I
gonna get
want my
into it.
kudos. Just like I told y'all about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I don't cook to make sure everybody eat. I cook. I want kudos. If you ain't giving me kudos, then why do I need to cook? I can just cook my own self a meal. Because I'm going to get my own self a kudos.
Well, we gotta welcome some folks. We gotta welcome some folks in as we came in with that note of
Yeah.
what she was saying. We're gonna go ahead and welcome in some people that stay entertaining. We
Woo.
got
House
House
of
of
X
X
Entertainment.
Entertainment.
We
We
stay
stay
entertaining.
entertaining.
Hey,
Hey,
oh, we
always
stay
stay
entertaining.
entertaining.
Oh, we
Always
stay
stay
entertaining.
entertaining. Welcome in. We got
Yeah.
Leo and Wanston, a House of X in the building.
Yes.
Nice to see y'all in
Hey,
here.
fam. How
Not
are
only do we
you?
have them, but we got some people that, they open up the book, let us enjoy their life, and show us
Yeah.
the files.
Yes,
All right, not
yes.
just any kind of files. We got
The
the
Bud
Bud
Files.
Files. Bud Files in the building. Welcome in, Bud
Yes.
Files. All right, let me get in a little bit. So,
Yeah.
with that, again, the premise of what you're saying, yeah, people do, especially if you're doing something outside of like your normal pattern.
Yeah.
Like if you're stepping out of your way to do something and it's not acknowledged, it will definitely defer you from doing that in the future because
Exactly.
you're doing that for the gratification. And like I don't know, like stuff that would make your life easier. For example, maybe you do lunch and then your partner did a lunch for you to go to work or do whatever you
Yeah.
did and just did that. Yeah. If
They just
you
call us
compliment it, they
Yeah.
most likely will
They'll do it
continue. But
again.
if you don't,
Yes.
it puts in,
I think people
in
look
different
at it as such as I'm just doing it because I love you, but you want that self gratification because that person just go, oh, thank you, and take it. You'll be like, but I worked hard on this. Like
yeah.
I made you lunch. Normally I don't even think about you about lunch, but I made you lunch today, and you
Welcome
ain't gonna
in,
say
South Park
nothing.
kid.
You know, that's the thing that we be like, wait a minute. And then we're going to go tell our friends and family, I done made this dude lunch twice. And he ain't said nothing but thank you and kept it kicking. I ain't get no kisses. I didn't get, no kudos.
How you doing, Marina?
We try to change it up to make it sound like it's something totally different. But at the end of the day, you want your kudos because you did it. And I know I always give that example. Like, I've heard so many women, especially when I was single to when I first got married, they'd be like, yeah, my husband washed the dishes and like I'm supposed to just give him praise because he washed the dishes. Yeah, because he normally don't wash the dishes, so you're gonna give him praise for it. I don't see what the problem is. If your kid washed the dishes, you're gonna give your kid praise. If somebody came over to your house and washed the dishes, you're gonna give them praise. Everybody know how to wash the dishes, and you've still been washing the dishes. Why you can't give your partner praise when they wash the dishes? Because I tell people to this day, if I take out the trash, I think I want a whole parade. Like I want some balloons, I want some cake, I want everything because I don't take out the trash because I don't take out the trash. I stopped taking out the trash at the age of 17 because I saw some bugs and I was like, oh.
You said that's what you said. Oh,
I don't do. So
Well,
all
welcome
my
in,
male
Charlie.
friends came over. All my male friends came over. They had to take the trash out. I was not taking the trash out. I would have just been grounded, getting beat. I wouldn't have cared. I was not taking the trash out. And then when I got my own place, everybody came over. You could take out the trash. There ain't no reason to come to my house if you ain't taking out the trash. So all my male friends took out the trash, and I gave them kudos. Like, thank you. You guys are the best. Blah, blah, blah. When I cook next time, y'all can come over. And probably I was only cooking so they can take out the trash. Let's just be real about the conversation. But I think people are so busy trying to hide the truth and change it with different words. But we all want our praise. We all want gratification for the things we do. And we need to make sure we give our partners those gratification that they are deserved, regardless of how little it is. You done asked your man to pick up his clothes off the floor, and on Wednesday, out of nowhere, he picked up his clothes off the floor. Baby, you done picked the clothes up off the floor. How you doing? Oh, baby, you was
Marina
a
was saying,
fine,
how
sexy
long ago
man.
was that with the clothes? Or with the trash, I believe.
Well, I'm 53 and I didn't take out the trash in 17. So if I take out the trash, I want a parade. That's just all I'm saying. I did it at 17 because I saw bugs and I didn't know they were bugs. Like they were, what are they called? Is it maggots? The little white thing?
Yeah, yeah, that's what
They
they
look
are.
like rice. So I thought that was rice. And I was like, how did rice get around the garbage pail like that? And I put the trash in there and them rices was moving. That was it. I don't do bugs at all. I don't like them. Y'all have seen me run from a spider on this channel twice. I don't know. No, I just don't take out the trash. And like I said, I was 17. I would have said 16, but I'm gonna go with 17 and after that, I just have people take out the trash. And then after that, you get married. Voila. You have a husband. Then you have kids. Voila. There's not. And even if I was single to this day, somebody coming over to take out the trash because it ain't gonna be me. Thank you, sweetie.
So
it's not gonna be me.
And all that to say, I mean, I do hear what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is some stuff we just do. That's just like, within our nature, or it just comes natural for us to do.
Yeah.
But when we do step outside of our means and do something that's not in your normal pattern or your normal behavior.
Not in your normal pattern nowadays. Let's just say at this point. Because when you get married, there's some things you just automatically start doing.
Yeah.
You don't do as much because your wife or your husband do it. And so you don't do it. So when you do it, I feel like you need to get praise for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if your husband always paid the rent, and then all of a sudden you say, you know what, for my husband, I'm just going to pay the rent this month.
And he didn't
say and he don't say nothing.
Yeah.
You telling me you ain't going to be... and this is what he going to say. Well, I always pay the rent, I don't understand why I got to give her praise because she finally paid the rent. I've been paying the rent. Yeah. You would be in your
A lot of people
feelings.
have that mentality, but it is, it is kind of one of those things where it's, even if they continue doing it, like, I don't know, I feel like you also are kind of ruining that aspect of your relationship.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be upset doing it. Like, they're going to grow to resent doing it. Yeah. Instead of, being encouraged or... Like, some people, they'll have no reaction. To me, no reaction is not good, but it's way better than the demeaning one. Because the demeaning one is like...
And see, that's why I have a problem with that. Because I don't think I'm going to ever get the demeaning one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I don't have the patience or the tolerance. The moment you give me demeaning, that's a whole argument right there. And then I'm going to have to remember the 5 or 6 steps of communication that we was teaching y'all to be having this conversation, because you ain't going to talk to me any kind of way. My thing is, if you have a person that loves you, they should not want to talk to you in a kind of way. They shouldn't do nothing but uplift you and encourage you. And the thing about it is, that is your better half.
Yeah.
So if we are as one, I should be doing nothing but encouraging stuff. There's times you play. I'm not talking about people who are playing around. Me and Chris play all the time. But there's no way in the world that I'm going to demean my husband. I'm not going to talk about him. I'm not going to disrespect him in any form, shape, or way. And he's not going to do it to me. So that is right there. But at the same time, if I'm not uplifting him, if I'm not saying, oh, baby, you did your thing when you put the toilet paper on the roll. Because I got to think of stuff that's so minute that like,
also,
really?
before you go on, because I know you're about to go on a different point. Marina said she likes your shirt.
Oh,
she said she likes both her shirts. I got a basic one. She got a nice shirt though.
Timu.
But thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you like that, but yeah, you were saying.
But
you have to think about
small.
realistic scenarios.
Yeah, because small things are what causes people to break up. It's never really the big things, because we know how to dodge from it. You like, if I'm throwing a ball at you, you know how to dodge from a ball. Like, don't sit there and be like, I didn't see the ball come, this big old thing coming. I didn't see it come, boom. How did I get hit? Now, you dodge from the ball, okay? We used to play the game dodgeball. So we are really good at seeing. No, for real. We are really good at seeing
our
big things that come in.
That.
It's the little things that destroy relationships. That's the thing that you got to understand. It's the little pebbles. Because you don't pay those little pebbles no attention. But that pebble hit a crack. Think about a pebble hitting a crack in your windshield on your car. It starts off a little, just a crack, and then that little crack goes into that long scrape in the window.
I was trying to figure out where you was going. You just said long. You just said long. Okay, what's next? What part next after that?
Whatever. So, that long scrape on your window. So, it's the pebbles that destroy a relationship, and it's so hard to build it once it's destroyed.
Yeah.
And Beth, and I say this, you can build from a whole bunch of pebbles and fix it, but nobody ever wants to do the work to fix it. Because when they want to fix it, they want it like this. They want it like how people want to lose weight. Like how I want to lose weight. I've been on this since February 1st, and I already want to feel like I lost 100 pounds. Realistically, that don't even make sense, does it? It don't even
Yeah,
really. If we on what? What is it? The 18th of the month, and I started February 1st. Come on, realistically that doesn't make sense, and that's how people do relationships. They got all these pebbles, and they want to make it work and fix. And if it's not done in this a short amount of time, it ain't meant to be. No, you just don't want to work at your relationship that you helped destroy. Because it takes two people to tangle on a relationship, it takes two people to destroy, and it takes the same two people to build it and make it work. And that's just what it is. And a lot of that we're missing is what we could have solved some of the problem by respecting each other, uplifting each other, encouraging each other. And we know what our number one thing, what it did, that we wouldn't even have these problems in the beginning, would be communication. So, my thing is, what are you going to do from now on to uplift your partner on making a better relationship for you? Because that's something that we need to be doing weekly. Like, what are you doing? What are you going to do to fix? Even if it's not broken, say you have a perfect marriage right now, everything is going cool. Your husband and you are lovey dovey, your wife and you are just, it was just what you. What can you do to make sure it stays that way? Encourage, uplift, be positive around your partner. Like, tell them they're, even when having a bad day, give them a massage, rub them down, and say, "Baby, you know you got this. No matter what, I'm here with you. I got your back. I love you." And then she goes in there and pay attention, because a lot of times we be like, "I didn't even see that to say it." Pay attention to the little stuff. She went in there and put your cologne in order. You didn't even realize it was in order, but you'd be like, "Well, I can't find it." Instead of getting mad, I like my cologne right here, and she done moved it over here. Be like, "Baby, thank you for organizing my cologne. I appreciate you. It means so much to me. I I'm glad I chose you." That right there is so meaningful in a relationship, that they still glad that they chose me. They still glad it is what it is. I asked Chris yesterday, y'all. So when you first met me, now we've known each other 27 years now. We getting married, about to be married 27 years. I'm asking him about the first day he saw me. Because I forgot. I'm asking him, "So what did you think about me when you first saw me?" And he was like, "We already talked." I forgot. And literally, I forgot. Like, I don't remember. He could tell me a whole new story today, and I would not know unless it just is far fetched. But what is it? Because, as women, we ask silly, stupid questions like that. And we can get mad about it, too. I wasn't going to get mad because I just wanted to know, what did you feel? How did you think about it? Because you want to make sure that, if you met, now that you know everything that you get about me, all my flaws, all my issues, how I look now that I'm older versus me being younger, would you still choose me? Because people don't think like that. And I don't know why it came in my head to think like that, because I know I'm the one that normally don't think like that. But yeah.
Well, we got somebody who's back. We're gonna go ahead and take some time to welcome in
Six
Six Bows
is
is
back.
back.
Hey,
Six Bows in the
sis.
building.
How are
Welcome in Six
you?
Bows. So nice. She said, "Hey fam." So nice to see you, Six
Hey.
Bows. But yeah, no, I feel like it is like a good staple in general. And even as we were talking about like last time, when it comes to communication, how you communicate, also just choosing words, being
Yeah.
mindful of the stuff that you say, because again, power in the tongue, life, death, whatever metaphor or verse you want to pull from.
Mm,
The whole idea is you have the ability to uplift or negate a
yeah.
situation. You can make it positive or negative, and I feel like every day it's a choice. What are you gonna do? And that extends especially with your partner, because a lot of people don't necessarily think about it, but it also is like a mirror.
Yeah.
As you said, it's kind of like you not it's like saying it to yourself. Like, if you can uplift yourself, you should uplift your partner, because
Yeah.
it's the same thing. If their energy is down, it end up bringing
Your
your energy
energy
down.
down.
If their energy is good, vice versa. When you
Yeah.
guys is off balance and one is bad, one is good, most likely the one is good is gonna end up coming down, because They see their partner obviously distressed and duress. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
every day is your choice. You know,
Every day is a
every day is your
choice.
choice.
Yeah.
You have the ability to make it or break it. What do you do? And I think that goes into again with the compliments. Everyone wants some kind of affirmation. Everybody wants some kind of compliments for nothing or for something.
Yeah.
Especially when you do something, but even for nothing, like they want to feel like you say, you want to feel chose, you want to feel good, get the pat on the back throughout the day, whatever it is.
Exactly.
It don't matter
Yes.
how long
Yes.
the things have been going on. You could be together forever, but it's like at the same time you still want that kind of I don't know, just that spontaneous, just
Yeah.
here and there, just saying something. So I don't know, something to think about. And like you said, no matter what your relationship status is, you
Mm-hmm.
could be just getting to know somebody all the way to well, not even all the way to, especially if you're married. It's nice to find those different things to just continue because you don't want things to just get stagnant. You don't want to step into a different path. Each day you can find something positive that you can attribute and contribute in your relationship.
Yeah.
So,
And with encouraging and saying some positive and stuff like that, how often are you touching your partner?
yeah.
That's a good question. How many times a day are you touching your partner? That's a good question. Like it should be so much you can't even count. Like there's just too many times in the day I'm touching my partner. I'm touching their arm, their leg, their hand. I'm touching them. There's just you shouldn't be able to have a full day without having some contact with your partner. And you should be able to literally touch your partner. I'm gonna give you guys a low number, about 8 times a day. It should be way more than that. Like unless your partner working 12 hours, one shift, and you working 12 hours, and y'all barely get to greet each other. So the little time you do, you give a hug, and kiss, and talk, and have that little 5 second holding hand thing. But if you guys can meet up, seeing each other a lot, how many times a day are you touching
Yeah.
your partner?
Well, and the thing is, everybody got their own needs when it comes to something like that. But
What you
again,
mean?
if the physical aspect, some people is real touchy, some people is more not in that. But there's a I feel like a meeting in the middle where it's like, okay, we've been not touching, like we ain't did
Yeah.
this. There's definitely something
Because
going
I'm
on,
not
some kind
talking
of
about
issue.
like if just your lovey dovey touches up.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, oh baby, just some kind of touch.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be romantic. It's not. It's just a touch. The reason I say that is, I think that keeps you in your closeness
Mm-hmm.
when you guys touch each other. Even like if you're sitting on the couch and she puts her leg on you, or she's sitting back and you lay on her lap. That's a physical touch. It's
Yeah.
not. We're not trying to be romantic. It's
No,
just we're
it's
just
just
relaxing.
connection.
Or you both laying side by side and put your head together while one's reading and one's watching TV or playing a game or something. Well, how many times a day are you doing a physical touch? Doesn't I'm not talking about romance. I'm not talking
No,
about
yeah, of course.
that. I'm
And
not.
Six Bow, she said, I just had to be single because I have a lot of standards, but she said she's still shocked.
Yeah. And my thing is, and there's nothing wrong with being single. And I'm gonna just tell you, when I was single, I loved it. Like I love the dating. I think that was my favorite part. Okay, I love the dating. I like being by myself, even as married. When I wake up in the morning, I stay in the room for a good 2 3 hours by myself. I love that moment in my life too. So I mean, there's a lot of different things that I loved about being single, but I could tell you this: I always wanted to be married, and like I said last week, I thought, maybe if I got a divorce, I would never want to get married again. But that didn't happen because I got married and got a divorce, and then of course here I'm married again. But I think learning, like everybody is different, and the perfect man for me is not gonna do or say or act anything like I thought in my head. Because I think we grow from what we think a perfect guy is for us. Like I want this man to do this, and that. And then if he got an attitude here and this, and that, he wasn't the one. No, no. I have realistic goals. Like
6 months. She said she wish she could say more to you, but she can't on here. All right, and the more she wanted more details, she didn't get into. But everybody
I
only business on
understand.
YouTube.
Shoot, I understand. I understand. That I used to, I've always wanted to be married. And my friends thought I was crazy because I was like, I'm being married. I love being married. And I love being single. Like, you couldn't tell me no when I was single. But I knew my dating was going to grow me into a relationship. But what I didn't know is I didn't have a strong foundation of seeing what a good, healthy marriage was. That is what I didn't have. I didn't have that. Where I saw where a strong, healthy marriage was. And that was like very minute. Now everybody put their relationship on social media so everybody could see it. I still and my thing is the only people that can see our healthy marriage is people that are connected to us. Because you won't never be able to really see it on social media because I'm not a social media girl like that to put my business out like that. But yeah, I don't have nothing to hide, but I'm the, oh, me and Chris went to the coffee shop. Me and Chris went got, what? I am not that girl. I can't. I don't think nobody be caring about what I need to do.
No, I hear you though.
That's
It's
just my
like
opinion.
I feel like especially in this time now, there's so much ability to do all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel like it gets easily to a place where you can overshare. You just get like too
Yeah, yeah.
into everything, and honestly, I feel like we spend a lot more time. A lot of people spend more time on that aspect, like
Mm-hmm.
what they look like on visual, the appearance,
Yeah.
instead of the actual dynamic. Because and then it becomes like a social media, relationship. Like some people have social media parents where they look like they're doing everything in the world, but it's just a highlight reel. It's just
Yeah.
all the pictures is like
Exactly.
and it's easy to dip in that territory when it comes to a relationship, and it's easy because a lot of people like to see relationships. Like if you really look at it, that's why celebrities and all that they say, "Oh, I'm dating X, Y, and Z,"
Yeah.
because people have like an infatuation with seeing relationships and different dynamics, and oh, he does this in a relationship, she does, like everyone wants to take their assumptions or
Relationship
form
goals.
exactly
Yeah.
and form their own opinion on things. So when you got all that scrutiny on top of just normally trying to live your life, and it's like that could be a little bit much.
Well, I always
And
tell people too. I don't. If you do a play, a movie, or just putting yourself on social media with your relationship, you're asking for issues in your relationship. Understand that when your relationship is on blast like that, you have to be stronger and more of as a one couple than anything else because that's when people are gonna text, lie, do all kinds of stuff. Because if they see you too happy, they gotta make up stuff. They gotta lie. They gotta make your
unfortunately, it just
relationship don't seem
there you
real.
go.
If you're doing a play or a movie, Satan gonna attack your marriage just because they can. He can. Like so, there's some things that I just don't want to put myself in that predicament. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not putting myself in the predicament to put my relationship blast on social media and now all of a sudden Chris is getting DMs and then I'm getting DMs and then we have an argument and there's that weak moment that we haven't made up and it's taking us longer to make up because we lost the way of communicating correctly. We lost the way of thinking together as one, understanding each other, and even if we don't agree to we agree to disagree, that we still maintain a structure in our relationship. That I just can't do it. I just can't. I always laugh because I always see my daughter and Elia has. I call them a doppelganger because they are them completely. Like it's like they came over, like took all the information and then filmed it on social media. So that's just how much they are so much alike. And we don't know these people; they don't know us. But I watch them always laughing and thinking about them because they just remind me of these two. And but I could just imagine what people got to go through. And if you're not strong in your relationship and you're not on the foundation of God holding your relationship together, you're gonna go through some issues. So I tell people, don't be putting your business on social media and blasting it like that if you ain't ready for the attacks, because that's one thing Satan is out to destroy is marriages.
Unfortunately, and Six Bows on here said people ask for stuff they never had.
Yeah, it's like people give you advice that they won't take themselves.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
That's why you
yeah,
don't let nobody in your
that's a
business.
big thing.
So when you asking for stuff, like one thing my mom taught me, she said when I had to, she made me write a list, and I tell people to write a list now all the time. But she, when I had to write a list of what kind of man I want, I couldn't say he had to be fine. I couldn't say there was a lot of stuff I couldn't say, but there's some things that she said I couldn't say that I put on there anyway. Like he got to be dark and he got to be tall. That is okay. I ain't gotta go with nothing else, but he gotta be tall and dark. You can't deprive me of that. That's just what you can't deprive me of. But I wanted a family man. I wanted a man that would support me. I wanted a man that I forgot what my list was, but it was all that on the list. And that's helped me look for the man that I was looking for. So when we went on to our marriage counseling class, and there was a book, it said, give us 10 reasons why you love each other. And you can't say because I love him. And you can't say because he's fine. And there was like 4 or 5 things Pastor Martin and Sister Martin kept telling me, well, I couldn't put in there. It took me a whole week to write 10 things why I love the man that I love. But one thing I could say is I had to write a list, and he was everything on that list. But my list was not a shallow list. And so it made it easier to know that Chris was actually the one for me.
Mm-hmm. Six Bows said, whenever I talk about my baby daddy, the video gets so many views. Well, I don't like doing it. I don't like doing that. I don't even announce. I didn't even announce when my husband passed online. That's what she said.
Oh yeah, and that's hard to deal with. I give you kudos on that because that takes strength. I be thinking about that all the time. Like, oh, what would I be doing? Because I see it. There's so many deaths going around. So I just give you kudos on the woman that you are. Like, you are, regardless if you think about it or not, you inspire so many different people. Just by the things you're doing, and you're just being real, and that takes strength. And you keep it real, and because you're such a strong woman, even if those attacks come your way, like for you and your family, as even kids, because parenting ain't no joke either. We talk about marriages and being single, but parenting, and Six Bows, you got 7 of them. That's 7 different personalities, 7 ways to discipline, 7 ways to give inspiration to, love, encourage, 7 different ways, because they're not gonna all feel the. You can't say, oh, you look so pretty to so and so, and they feel the same way. You're gonna have to say, hey, you look like a boss, or that everything is different. And it took me forever. Like my kids basically grown by the time I realized I need to treat them all differently. Like it is no joke. It's no joke. So like I said, it takes that, and to be able to, like, for you to be able to date and have the kids you have, Kara, kudos. I was struggling trying to do it with no kids. Just a date period, like, woo. Okay, what I gotta do? And I don't know. Back in the day, when I was younger, not your day, because you too young.
We'll say it. But back in one day,
back in my day, when I got ready for a date, it would take 4 or 5 hours to get ready for a date. I don't know nobody does that now, but it did take 4 or 5 reasons.
Don't say that.
We had to take like a cowgum. I'm not talking about put 4 or 5 pounds of makeup on.
That's the same equivalent.
No, we was taking cowgum baths. We was, doing 15 different layers, and we was making sure our hair was curled ever so quickly. We didn't have wigs to put on. We wasn't really getting weaves. We was getting extensions, but not weaves. So, we had to make sure it looked so right. We put our makeup on, and it had to look natural, and then make sure we had our, what was a Wet n Wild 421 lipstick.
Listen,
and people don't do that no more. Like, it had to be a certain day.
Same thing. Same game, just a different day. It's going to take forever either way.
I've seen people go on dates and they do not be going on dates.
Who you see that's do that?
That don't do
That's
nothing?
that's was within your age range.
The people that date, they don't do
Within
nothing.
your age range.
I'm
that
looking at the
did
people
that.
my age range.
No. When you were doing that at that time, taking on 5 hours.
All of us.
Exactly. Modern day, it's the same thing. I mean, I feel like it's a little different. I'm not gonna lie, because things got a little bit more lax. But there are people who definitely still doing that.
I don't know.
Things standards got lax because of like COVID, everything like that. So people automatically are in just more chill and comfortable attire. But don't get it twisted. There's people who still doing that 5 hours. They not doing what you did. They doing makeup. They doing hair and all that. But it's still taking forever to get ready.
I know every time I would go on a date, I'd be like, okay, y'all. And they'd be like, okay, what we gonna do? We gotta go to, we had Newberry's. Gotta go to Newberry's house. I gotta get my makeup. I'm out of my 421. And let's say, I'm gonna try a different color with Wet n Wild. You gonna try? Yeah, we gonna try. We buy so many different colors of Wet n Wild and we use none of them. We only use 421. That lipstick worked on every color, every shade, every nationality. 421 worked good on everybody and it looked good, different on everybody. It looked good on everybody and it looked different. I don't know why they got rid of that one.
Well, Six Ball said, she said, you too young if she just brushed you off. Yeah, you notice how she did that, Six Balls? You notice how she did that? It is what it is. And then Six Ball said, she said it depends on your environment. I have to agree. Like, certain people are still doing that.
Yeah,
a lot of people. Even during that time, I feel like it's the same thing.
Well, we didn't spend, like I said, we had a whole body routine. Mm-hmm. We didn't spend 4 or 5 hours on makeup. It's like literally, it took us probably the longest is, I'm really making up stuff, 20 minutes to put on makeup. Because literally all we did was eyeliner, mascara, and lipstick. And maybe some foundation. Now, you putting eyelashes on, you putting color contacts on, you're putting foundation, you're contouring your face, you're putting different kind of powders to set on your face. Now if you hug a dude, your whole makeup is on his shirt, so he got to throw that shirt away because that's hard to get out unless you put some Dawn on it, scrub it, soak it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff a man got to do after he hugged you because your whole face is on his shirt. We didn't have that. When we hugged you, your shirt came back just as clean as it was when we hugged you. It's totally different to me. I mean, like we was worried about layers of stuff. We wanted to make sure. Now I know they do this. Like they made sure everything matched. Like your shoes had to match this. And then we had to tie the shoes a certain way. So if you had a certain kind of shoes, you had to make sure that it was the inner things. And if you had the so-and-so sandals, you had to make sure your nails was done. So you had to sit there and take your nails. And you did your own pedicure and file and all that. And then put the toenail polish so it can sparkle so they can see that one toenail because the rest of your toes are probably not really showing through the shoes that much, but you got the one and you don't, it was just a lot. And,
we got to welcome somebody in. We got to welcome in Brittany Wells. Brittany Wells in the building.
Girl, my mom made your chowder. What was that day she made the chowder?
Oh, what?
It was a Wells chowder because she made it was with clams and crab.
No, I'm saying I don't remember what day that was. She didn't make that. And then Sis Bo said, "Nephew, why don't you turn y'all gifts on?" I don't even know about that. I didn't even know we had gifts off. I assume everything is on because we got the thing is on. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I didn't know we had it off. But thank you for letting me know, Sis Bo.
Yeah, thank you.
I know we got the regular, what is it, super chat, whatever, but I have to look into that. The gifts. You talking about like gifted membership? But yeah, Brittany, she said, "Hey, family."
Hey, I'm trying to read.
Go to studio, turn it on. I'm gonna turn it on. We've been doing our live recently from just straight off the phone, so maybe it's not defaulted. I'll look into it though.
You don't look into it.
Yeah. She said go to the studio, turn it on. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it on. But what else was I going to say?
I don't know. We didn't hear.
Six Bow. She was agreeing with you. She said, "Okay, get the 421 Wet and Wild ladies. It was
Mm-hmm.
going everyone. Sis, don't be telling no lies."
There you go. That was the best stuff ever. I love that. But I don't see Wet and Wild no more. But that should have kept them in business. If they just changed the look of Wet and Wild and made sure 421 was on there. That was it. That was the joint right there. But it's like people like want to knock old school dating or old school marriage and stuff. But there's some stuff I probably would not take into it. Like my man cheating on me. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I gotta deal with it. No.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing of you cannot get a divorce thing, even though I got a divorce. So don't be coming at me like I never got a divorce, y'all. But you can't get a divorce. Like it made you have to work things out because you didn't want to be belittled because you got a divorce. You had to work things out. I mean, right when I got my divorce, I had they was gonna make us do like a 3 week marriage class, and then you had to wait 90 days to get a divorce. Now you can just go in there and be divorced, come out with the divorce papers today. We couldn't do that. We had to wait 90 days to get a divorce. I mean, for me to get married, because I didn't know I was still married, I thought I was divorced, because I called the people that gave me some paperwork. I asked what it meant because I didn't understand what it meant. They said I was divorced. I had it on my wall and everything. I'm divorced. And then I found out I was still married, and I was like, what the heck? I was going to be a bigamist. Is it bigamist? Yeah. I was going to be a bigamist. I didn't even know. So I had to go and talk to a judge to null and void the 90 days. Now, people get divorced, they go in and come out divorced. How'd that happen? Because they don't care. It's not important. And people get divorces because, oh, it didn't feel right. I'm not happy with them.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to always be happy with them. I can't divorce my kids because I ain't happy with them. Like, who came up with this rule? You got to be happy with your spouse all the time to be. No. You better work on it. You better figure out how to get happy with that spouse. You better look at them and be like, how am I going to be happy with you? Like, and look at them with attitude. How am I going to be happy with you? You got to figure something out because I am miserable with you. But people, I'm just not happy. I don't have it in me to stay with them because I'm unhappy. You're not gonna always be happy. That's the thing I never understood. You're not always gonna be happy. When you go to work, you're not always happy at the job you have. You have to work. But you still know to work. Why? Because you know you need the money to come in.
Yeah.
And you can't even come on.
Well, we gotta welcome somebody in. We got Married with Paranormal.
Hey,
all right.
Paranormal.
Married with Paranormal. That's Johnny in the building.
Yeah.
Saying been married for 28 years. Compromise.
Yes.
And she's supposed to say it's only easy if you don't have kids. And Married with Paranormal also said, "Hey friends, what's good?
Hey.
How you doing? Nice to see you in here."
Yeah, because my thing is for me dating and then okay, so again I didn't have kids, but I had my sister and I was very very protective over my sister. So my thing is my sister was kind of like my child because I'm so much older than my sister, and so my thing was she don't like you, what we doing? It's like a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then my thing is I gotta trust you well enough. I gotta trust your behavior. I gotta trust you. I gotta make sure that you not gonna harm her. And that's why I said when you have kids, you gotta have that in your process all the time because when you get married, it's now you and your husband and then the kids. It's not your kids and then you and your husband. So you got to make sure the person that you're about to get married is somebody you trust 100%. Because what I do not like, and I've seen it hands on, and I'm going to tell you I do not like it. When you have a stepmother or a stepfather come into a relationship, and I saw more with the stepmama, but the stepmother or the stepfather come into a relationship and you can't discipline that child at all, and so that child don't have no respect for the stepmother or stepfather. I will never forget that I as a babysitter had more rights than the stepmother had. The stepmother the man married her, and I'm just the babysitter, and I have more rights to discipline. Cause that was the rule. If I can't discipline your kids, don't bring them to my house. Don't bring no kid to my house that I cannot discipline. That's just what the law is, and it's gonna stay that law for the rest of my life. I'm not, cause I'm not out there trying to. Oh, I gotta hang up your jar. Your child gotta be on punishment the whole time. I'm fun to be with. Kids like to be with me. It's not a problem, but you just ain't gonna talk to me no way. You can't. You just can't do anything. And I didn't understand how I had, as a babysitter, more
More authority.
rights
Yeah.
and authority over this child than you did,
Brittany,
like than the stepmother.
Brittany said marriage is stressful today. And she said, I wish more people talked about the reality of marriages today.
Oh yeah, because it's not, like I said, it can be the hardest thing in the world, and that's because you got two bullheads knocking at each other trying to win something, and when you realize if one of y'all lose, neither one of y'all win, I think it will save so much time of trying to be right all the time and try to be a winner. Like that was the thing in me and Chris's relationship. Is like I'm not trying to win nothing because if you lose, I lost.
Mm-hmm.
That's just where it is. So it don't matter if I can go out win, but at the end of the day, I lost because I'm putting damages in our relationship that is invisible right now. But by the time I be able to see it, it's gonna be hard to mend,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't want that.
Six Blow said, you can't just get a divorce that easy if y'all have children. And also saying
Oh
to
yeah,
Married with Paranormal that 28 years is a blessing.
yeah it is.
And Six Blow said, some people that have been married to one person forever don't realize that they live in a separate world until they lose their mate or the relationship ends.
Yeah, that's how I try to remember because me and Chris have been married a long time, but I have to remember my first marriage. It didn't make it 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we was married for like a year and a half or 2 years. It didn't make it 6 months. We were separated in 6 months. So to be where I am now and saying I'm getting ready to hit 27 years, I'm be there with paranormal. Yeah, it ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. It's a struggle, and yeah, to get a divorce with kids, now you got custody and you got all this other
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So that's what I'm saying. It's
Other
like sometimes
factors.
you
It
gotta
just
think,
makes it real,
yeah, think
just
twice about
tiresome
it.
and
Ooh.
dreading. But
And something that you could sit there, all that energy to get a divorce, on something you could take the energy to work out. Put that same energy into, and a lot of times we don't want to forget what hurt us. Well, when you said such and such, that hurt, and they're like, that's old. It's hard to apologize again for something that's hurt. And I'm not. And one thing I say is, I'm not gonna keep apologizing or expecting you to keep apologizing to me on something that happened years ago. Like what Chris did to me 26 years, 27, 26 years, 25, I don't know how long. I'm not going to bring it up today, want him to apologize. And nor should he hold anything against me from back then and expect me to apologize for it today. We're just not doing that. That's what I'm saying. It's like we expecting more from somebody than we're willing to give. And my biggest thing that I hate is when somebody says, I want them to take, what is it? Like acknowledge
accountability.
accountability.
Mm-hmm.
I want that person to take accountability for what they did. Why? Is it going to change anything? Because people going to lie and say, yes, it's going to change. No, it's not. It's not. You're going to still feel the same way. You're still going to be hurt. And you're going to now say, why? So that now they take accountability for it. Now you want to go in and be a private investigator. So why did you do that? If you knew that it was wrong, so why did you do that? You don't want accountability. You want them to suffer for them to make from making you hurt, and you have to learn how to get over that. And I think that is one of those big things in relationships that needs to be there. But I think if we encourage and gave each other enough compliments and loved each other enough that we wouldn't need that. I think we need it because we feel lost, hurt, and not loved or not connected with them. That we now need to,
It's diverse to do like a deflection.
yeah,
Right, yeah.
because there's just no way. Matter of fact, I just told you I was asking Chris how he felt about me when he first met me. I don't know. Like I said, if he would have turned around and said, "How did you feel about me?" I'm only gonna remember the things that I said because I say it all the time.
But you don't remember
But
that
I'm
moment.
not gonna actually remember anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not gonna remember. I couldn't tell you what Chris had on. I couldn't tell you anything. I can only tell you the things that I've been saying over and over for years. But if I wouldn't have been telling people and talking about it for years, I wouldn't have been able to say the things that I can say. So when I was asking him, like I said, he could have made up a story, and if it didn't sound realistic, I'd have been like, "You playing?" But because I was like, that was a long time ago, and I don't even know why I asked, but it was just like, ask, okay, how did you feel about me when you first met me? Stupid stuff. And people will get mad over those conversations, but it don't be that serious.
Mm-hmm.
It really don't be that serious. I don't know why we even bring those conversations up to get mad.
Well, getting into it, yeah, saying, oh, Brittany, I'm
Okay,
trying
go
to
ahead.
track the chat. So Brittany said it just doesn't always feel balanced
Mm-hmm.
in marriage. And then we also got to welcome somebody in, formerly Frugal Mama. We've got Life
Like
with
with Tasharia,
Tasharia. Tasharia in the building. How you
hey.
doing? All right. And
Balance is balance is one of those things that again you do have to work on it. It's like me right now. I'm doing Tai Chi.
mm-hmm.
I be falling all over the place because I don't have the balance. Like it's something you got to now train yourself to balance.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, we grow daily, but we grow so little daily that we don't know that we grew. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So by the time we are like this whole different person, and the other person next to us who are our spouses, they're different, and now we just not on the
It's out
same
of sync.
page.
Yeah.
But that's why I say stay connected. That's why I'm saying touch each other all the time. So I'm saying give each other compliments, encourage each other, have those conversations every day. Okay, so Eli's my nephew's son, right? And you guys all know that. You know about Eli. But
Mm-hmm.
when he comes home from work, I always, no matter what, even when he's trying to just come in and give me a hug and run out the door, I will stop him just so I can say, "How was your day at work? Anything new happened?" So what happened? Because I need him now to slow down and be able to tell me how his day was. So he has that balance. And I feel, now he's here, he can tell you on his own, that if I didn't do that, he'd probably be like, what's wrong with Auntie? Like, why she ain't asking me how my day was at work? But knowing, he might not even pay attention because he'd be trying to run out the room real quick. And I'd be like, I got to ask you. But it became that thing that I did, even with my husband, just to ask because no matter if it's important to me or not, it's a part of his life. And I'm trying to be a part of his life. So I need to find out what's going on. I need to know all that stuff because it's a part of his life. So I might not care. When I talk to Chris about football, Chris and I both know I can care less about football. Even when my team won, even though my team won, they won the Super Bowl. Yes, they did. I don't care. But I'm gonna talk to you about it, and I'm gonna have that conversation because that's a part of your world, and now I need to be a part of that world. So your balance is how much are you putting in to be a part of each other's world. It's not one sided. It's not you always got to be a part of their world, and they always and they don't have to. It needs to be both, so you guys can get that balance, so you can stay balanced. What makes us unbalanced is I'm growing over here and you growing over here. We're not growing together. When you marry, we have to grow together, so we got to stay connected. We live in this house together because we have a business together. It just makes sense for us to stay together in the house, but we can grow apart living together. But it's a balance of me saying, "Oh, how was work today?" So, and he'll see me if I come out. What's wrong with you? No, so you gotta tell me what's wrong with you. So. If he do that, if I come out tomorrow and he don't say that, and I'm looking, well, now I'm mad because you didn't ask me how I feel because that's what you have built in our relationship. And what happens is if I don't say nothing, I'm gonna hold that against him, and he's going to be clueless to it, and it's going to be a mark. And
Yeah.
even though it's going to be that void in there, I'm going to forget about why I'm mad at him about something and why my heart got broken because he didn't ask me how I was feeling when he normally asks me how I'm feeling.
Hmm.
That it just there. And then one day it's going to come out and you're going to be like, well, when was that? Well, like I'm another date.
Yeah.
But I'm going to remember that you didn't ask me.
Yeah.
And then his response is, well, why didn't you tell me when it happened? Because you should have known that you didn't ask me how I felt. So how you gonna sit here and act like you know that day you didn't tell me? So I mean, why you want me to come up with a day? It's still not gonna register in your brain. So, but you should have known. And then that's how arguments come, and we are imbalanced. And I think,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that's what happens
No,
with
no,
a lot
no.
of people,
But
but
that's
I'm
a common.
saying
Yeah, that's a
that
common.
balance is usually because we're not staying connected. I don't care about what happens at his job. I don't understand what he's talking about. He's talking about some high tech, such and such and such and such. I don't know what that means to me. It sounds like this. Wah, 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 wah. That's what it sounds like. But you need that to stay connected so you guys can continue to grow together. So as you're growing, instead of growing this way, you guys are growing this way. So even though he might not be into the things you are into, or you might not be into the things he's into, you guys are growing together. But a lot of times, what we do is we grow like this and go this way, and we only together because of the kids. And so when the kids leave, it's like, who is this person I'm married to, and why are you here? And you'll find a lot of people get divorced when the kids are gone because that was the only glue that was keeping them together. And you know what that meant? The kids was above your husband and wife, and the wife was down here. So all the overflow from the kids passed you guys up because you're out of sync and went to family, friends, business, career, whatever is the next tier down.
Mm-hmm.
So that balance is something that you have to stick to. And I don't know why we feel like I shouldn't care about things that our spouse care about, even if it's stupid.
Yeah.
If I start talking about wigs, you better be into it. You better be like, this is the best conversation ever. So I was thinking about getting a short bob wig. This is what the short bob wig is. And then I was thinking about getting the one where it's short on this side and long on this side. And then I was thinking about so and so and so and so. And Chris can look like that all he wants, but he know he better be into it. Well, baby, you look good in anything, you know. You like different ones. Do something that's different. I could tell you the conversation we're gonna have. So while he over there with his mouth off, he know I'm telling the truth. Stay connected with each other, and that's a lot of times, not all the time, but that's a lot of times one of the main reasons why we are unbalanced with each other in a marriage because we stop connecting with each other.
Yeah.
You're talking honestly, John.
You
But-
know,
I ain't heard wigs like that.
he gonna be right in the wigs with me. Yes, he is. I don't know why he said that because he know. And if I start talking about my Asian shows, he gonna be right on in with the Asian shows with me because that's what I'm watching. Whatever I'm into, he's gonna take time to invest into it with me because we got to grow together. It's just something we got to do. And even when the man don't want to, ain't no man want to be involved in the wig. And as women, we know he don't care about our hair. But just to know that they took the time to listen and act like, and they might be thinking about something while they listening. Because I know when Chris be talking about football, I go into a mode. And when Elias starts talking to me about electronics or something crazy, I just be like
this.
I just let him talk because apparently he just needs to talk. I be like, I don't know it. And then I got to ask questions so I can make sure he talks more. So, and then I'll just debate him and don't know nothing because I don't know nothing.
And she do that too. That's how you. She do all the above. She have an argument or debate and it be over nothing. So why don't this? Well, that just doesn't even make any sense because I'm like, okay, but that is how she have a conversation with something that she.
Well, I care less about.
Yeah.
If you bringing it up, I'm like, hey, that I do that with football. Like y'all know, I don't know football, but y'all know I talk the most mess about football.
Yeah, she was. She talking about different stuff, all the different players. So why don't he just, if he can't ever score, what's stopping him from scoring? Can't he just run? Can't he just do a touchdown? She'll have a conversation like that. And if you really into whatever, you start getting mad. Well, it's not that easy because if the team he needs somebody to pass him the ball. He can't run the ball. You start getting in. That's what started happening.
And you talking about your team suck.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you like that team. That team don't even make sense why you like that team.
Yeah, exactly. She started asking, yo, so why you like if and nobody can ever get a touchdown and then nobody's passing the ball and you just say it's the coach, well, why do you even like the team in the first place? You need to pick a different team. This season they just bad. You need to pick like dang, have you in your feelings?
And see how we stay connected.
Yeah.
And that's all it's about, staying balanced. It don't have to make sense. And I think a lot of times we think everything has to make sense. But think about how much conversation you have with your kids that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
But you have those
Well, and
conversations
then
with
all the
your
questions
kids.
they ask that don't make sense.
And,
Some
and,
of
they
stuff
ask,
makes sense.
and,
A
and
lot
you
of stuff
know
don't.
that one season of kids I can't stand is that why. That why season,
Yeah.
that make me get mad.
But it's a curiosity though.
It is.
And then even in that creates different bonds in itself with within your kids. Married with Paranormal said we try to be the best versions of ourselves, and it doesn't always work. But as long as there is effort, there's more tolerance in a relationship.
Yeah.
Be kind. That's all. And Six Ball said, "Sis said she'd be falling over doing Tai Chi. That sounds so fun though."
I do. I mean, today I was doing Tai Chi. I was like, oh, see, I'm going to hit the floor. They're going to have to come pick me up off the floor because she want to balance and stuff. She know I ain't got no balance. But I was doing my little Tai Chi, y'all. I said, I'm going to try. I'm going to get it. But, yeah.
And Mary with Paranormal was agreeing with what you were saying earlier. Saying, yes, well said. And so, yeah, no, like, I feel like even what you said there, though, it is that kind of thing. Because that's how we connect with people. Is through communication. Don't matter if you speak a different language, don't matter whatever barrier is in between us, we find ways to communicate. And we laughter is mutual.
Yeah.
Visual. Not everyone got vision, but for people who do got vision,
Yeah.
or we see something, we can have moments and connect. But when you have people that you're around, or you have family, or again, more specifically and importantly, your partner, you find ways to step into their life, or just even have conversations about stuff again that they enjoy. Like what she said was the best, great analogy. Step into their world for a minute, because we care about different stuff. Like she'll be over there watching different cooking shows. She has her Asian show that she watched. Like she said, her husband he watches the Asian show with her.
Yeah,
But he got his own kind of shows that he likes.
Yeah.
And so, but again, he steps into her world and enjoys that show with her.
Yeah, because like Tuesday is my day off, and I'm not supposed to do any work, but for some reason I still cook. I don't know what that is. But anyway, it's my day of rest, on Tuesday. But, I'll go in my room. No, come sit out here and you can watch whatever you want. I'm going to turn on my Asian show. And then I just turn on my Asian show, and then he'll get into it with me.
Yeah.
And he'll laugh when they get the slaps on there. He'll laugh. He'll participate. Now, is he going to watch the Asian show without me? No. Is it something he want to watch? No. But it's the point that he joins in my world, so we're going to always grow like this. Because it's so easy to grow like this. You don't even realize you're growing like this.
Yeah.
But coming back together is hard because now you're totally different people. So it's kind of like now I got to redate you to get back to this person.
Mm-hmm.
And I might not want you no more because you're not who I thought you was because we grew apart. So the balance is really one of those things. And I'm glad you brought up balance because you don't think about those when you talk about relationships.
It's so easy to get off balance. I mean, in life.
Yeah.
Even as an individual, you get hit with certain things, you get off balance. You might have a schedule. Things start happening that you don't expect, throw you off balance.
Yeah.
Throw you off course. But then you have to not only balance yourself, but you have to balance your relationship, your partner. Then if you got kids, you got to balance their life because they ain't got no sense. So, they ain't got everything put together. So then it's like, you got all these different things that you're juggling. So it's easy to fall off the train. It's easy to slip up. It's easy to not keep your vision on what it needs to be. But it's those reminders, it's those things that even when we were saying earlier is choosing to speak the positivity or the negativity. It's the communication and connection. If you through all of your falls, like what what Mary with Paranormal is saying, be kind, because as long as there's effort, there's usually some more grace.
Exactly.
If someone sees that you're trying, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
It's like it's care. You might not be doing X, Y, and Z. You might not be doing what I need or what I'm expecting of right now, but you are trying. And people, they again think about it all the time. If you see somebody hustling all the time, and you're in a position to give them opportunity, what you gonna do? Most likely give them that opportunity. I see you working, or
I see you
this.
striving for excellence.
Yeah, I see
You're not
this.
trying to beg. You doing something.
Compared to somebody who just, keep messing up and they just doing the same thing over and over. You just like, well, one day you're gonna learn, and then we'll get it figured out then. But it's one of those things. We gotta welcome somebody who's on a journey. Okay. We got Liz B. Journey. Liz B. Rolling Deep. What's going on? How you doing, Liz?
Yes, how you doing?
But yeah, no. Again, what Brick Wells was saying though, it is difficult.
Yeah.
And even boyfriend and girlfriend, but then when you step in and you get more involved, you get engaged, you got a husband wife kind of deal. It's the expectations, everything can be hard to juggle in the balance.
It is.
And you guys, again, like she's saying, growing apart is easy. You don't think about it because you don't even notice it. And you might be around them. You might be around. You might not be
around
engaged,
each other, but we're hustling so we can build.
Yeah.
So we can live a better life. So he's working over there and she's working over here, and we just hustling, and you don't even know that you grew apart.
Yeah.
So when you guys get to your goal, you don't even know this person, and then you find out you don't even like them because now you're this type of woman and there's this type of man. It reminds me of this a long time ago. I was dating this guy, and we were supposed to move to Louisiana. I was going to Louisiana. He said he got family there, so he was going to meet me in Louisiana. And so he never came to Louisiana, of course. So when I moved back to Portland, we got together. But we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. But he was still the same person I left when I went to Louisiana. I went to Louisiana, then moved to Texas, and then came back. He was the same guy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not the same girl.
You had a whole different experience.
Yeah, so I was like, you still doing that? You start feeling like you're a little bougie. Like, really? You doing that? I done grew up in that. Like, I'm more mature now. I'm expecting more from you. Like, to be my man, you should have upgraded your life, to be my man. I'm not dating what I dated when I left here. I'm dating new things now.
Yeah, yeah.
And
my taste has been altered. My palate has been broadened.
Yes, and then he's up here, reminiscing of the old times, and he liked the new me. I didn't like him because he wasn't new. He was still old.
That was an old version.
So I'm like, you got an upgrade. That was the Old Testament. Like, I'm an upgrade woman, and you still at the same level. And so when I say you guys grow apart, you're growing apart because when you come back together, you might not be at the same level. And that's going to be hard to mend. And that's also going to be hard to get you guys back into the same group because you're not the person you used to be. And now you're looking at this person and like, that's all you doing now? Like, you couldn't have grown anywhere? And sometimes we're not growing anywhere because I know, like, say the man ain't changing, because it's usually the women always say in this conversation. And the man don't change. He's like, but I'm working, I'm paying the bill, and I'm doing this. But I need more. Because, I'm up here now.
Yeah.
I need more. Because I'm up here. And he like, so you don't need your rent paid? You don't need the bills paid? Because you need more? Like, it sometimes don't make sense, but it's because now I'm expecting, not only are you paying rent and paying bills, but your job has elevated. You're doing more of a man's standard that I now need in my life. And you just start, it's hard to mend those things. And it's hard to say, women don't feel the way you feel. Just like men don't feel the way you feel. You have those changes. So you kind of want to stay together the whole time. That's why I said, You leave your father and mother and join together as one. Take that seriously.
Yeah.
And stop taking it as like it's just a promise. Take it as a covenant that this is what it is. And if you tear that covenant, you kind of tearing your life. That's what it is.
Hmm.
And that's just how I look at it because it's hard if you separate. I've always tried to maintain. I remember I looked at my husband and I was like, "You don't start. I'm just gonna do things on my own, and I'm like, da. But I still maintained the house, and I was like, I gotta be free. I gotta be this flying bird,
Yeah.
and all this other stuff. And then pretty soon, now my husband, we fly together because he's like, I can't let her just keep going on her own. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
you're right. We need to come together before we split apart.
And Liz said, I'm good. And y'all,
Oh,
we
girl,
good over here.
yes.
We just chopping it up.
Chopping it
Yeah, we
up,
got
yes.
Six Bows saying, after you invest in yourself, you raise your standards.
Yes.
And I mean, I feel like that is so true
That
because
is.
when you
That's a
invest
good
in yourself, and that's in so many different levels. Because,
Mhm.
like you said, every day we grow, but take that every day, put a week on it, put a month on it,
Yeah.
put 2-3 months on it. You have a different perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, because ultimately that's what we're here to do is grow. We are doing that. So you could have a certain mentality,
Yeah.
and you are watching or reading or just get more involved in whatever aspect in your life, and then now it's like more broad. Like now you not maybe not be a master or something, but you're well versed in it. It don't take that long if you really dedicate yourself to get
Yeah.
into something. So again, you find that and you find your growth in that. Well, again, if like you said, you're growing in one way and your partner's growing in a whole different direction,
Yeah.
or they are continuing you don't see the growth. They could
Yeah.
be growing, but you don't. What you see as their growth is not validated for you.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a big issue.
Exactly.
Um, 6% like HOD will make you pay for it. That's what I mean. Like God will make you pay for it. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. Keep God in the center of your relationship. Period. And I'm not saying you can't have a life like when people used to tell me, keep God in the center of life. So I just got to be on my knees and pray 24 hours a day, read the Bible 24 hours a day. Da, da. No, just keep them focused in your mind. Make sure that is like the best way to say it is when I was younger, I knew how I was supposed to act
Yeah.
because I was representing my mama. And if I didn't and my mom found out, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
So when I went over to so and so's house, I knew I might not. My mom probably had to yell at me to do my chores and keep the room clean. But when I went to so and so's house, I kept the room clean. I represented everything my mom was raising me for and was teaching me. I did at other people's houses.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I look at God. Like if God was right here, if Yahweh was right here in my face, would I be doing blah 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 blah? And I'm not gonna play games with Yahweh and say, yeah, no, I wouldn't. So let me act like I got some sense. I'm married. He blessed me with a husband. I asked for a husband. He blessed me with one. Then I'm gonna cherish him and I'm gonna listen to him. There's a lot of times where Chris did some things that I expected him to apologize or him to change his behavior, and I was told to change my behavior. That was one of the reasons I stopped going to my mom for advice. I did. There was this one. I couldn't tell you nothing really about it because it was so long ago. But
Yeah.
I was like, me and Chris was arguing, and my mom was like, "We gonna talk." And I had told her the situation, and I just knew Chris was getting in trouble. My mom gonna get Chris. I was ready, y'all. I was gonna get the popcorn. My mom was gonna get Chris. And so now she started telling me what I needed to do and the changes I needed to do, and Chris didn't get nothing. I said, well, if I'm gonna get this from her, I might as well go ahead and talk to God. There ain't no reason to talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh, because he gonna tell me the same thing. I mean, at least my mom could have been like, okay, Nora, you need to do this and this, but Chris, you need to do this. Chris didn't get not one, nothing.
It wasn't even balanced.
She didn't say nothing to him. Not one word. It was all me, and I didn't do nothing wrong.
Mm-mm.
I didn't do one thing wrong at that time. And I do a lot of things wrong, but I'm just saying. So that's what stopped me from coming to my mom for advice, because I knew my mom was never just gonna take my side. So if I was right, I was right. If I was wrong, she gonna tell me I was wrong. She was never the one that, oh, that's my baby,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna have my baby back. That's my daughter. No, that not my mama.
Where's that kind of party?
That's not the mother I got.
Yeah.
I met her before. She ain't never been that way. I never grew up with a mother who, and if I said something, she just 100% had my back like that. You kids, y'all who got parents that just had your back like that, y'all gotta tell me what that experience is like, because I ain't never had it. Never had it, nor will I ever have it. I'm grown now and still don't get it. So no, I don't know what that feels like to have your mama, even if you wrong, she got your back. I don't got one of those. If I'm wrong, she gonna tell me. She ain't. I don't know what kind of mother I came up with. I just
Well, you don't get that.
you
those
know,
kind of
I'm
things.
wrong, and she don't want to have my
She
back.
ain't trying to hear. Yeah, she ain't trying to hear you.
And then, so that's just how that is. But anyway, I started going to her for advice on my marriage.
Mhm. I mean, I feel like as we've been having these conversations, like the main thing to take away from everything is, again, the communication. All right, communication, how you communicate, the stuff that you're saying, doing, engaging. You know, overall, it's self-reflection, but it's also, checking in and making sure that you are keeping, these principles, I guess, upheld. Like, are you being positive? Are you uplifting the people around you? Are you uplifting your partner? Are you saying those compliments? Are you engaging with your partner? Doing simple stuff? What are you doing to make sure that you're not falling off the boat? And Six Bo said, "Oh, oh, my mom, she would say the sky is purple and raining glitter." If I say it's 100%.
Not my mom. My mom would be like, no, Lenore, it's blue and a little gray and it's raining. Why you lie? I remember I was younger.
No, she said that her mom 100% for it.
No, my mom ain't.
It's the sky is purple and it's raining.
I remember my mom told me I was lying to these folks, and I didn't think I was lying. I thought I was telling the truth. So first of all, let me just put this out here. Oregon
Yeah.
does not have a ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
So the ghetto we see on TV and stuff, like Oregon has nothing like that. Nowhere here do we have anything that looks like a ghetto, period. But for us, we live in like a ghetto for Oregon.
Yeah.
For y'all, that probably been luxury in the sky. Y'all probably, that was a luxury apartment. For us, it was the ghetto, okay? So we lived in the ghetto. Low housing and all
Low
that.
income, yeah.
And I used to tell the people there I was rich. And I was like, yeah, I'm rich. You can even ask Mama, I'm rich. And they were like, no, you're not. No. Yes, I am rich. You can't tell me I'm not rich. I got 2 pinball machines. I got an Atari. So you know how old I was and how long ago. I had an Atari. I had Light Bright. I had that little doll with the head. And she had hair all the way. You know how they just put a bald spot in the middle. And she had hair all the way down, all the way here. And I just knew I was rich. I had a record player in my room and everything. You couldn't tell me nothing, okay? I believed. I didn't think I was lying. I was telling people I was rich. And they came and asked, Lenore said, you guys are rich. You guys are rich. And my mom said, no, we're not rich. And back then you couldn't tell your mom that she was lying because you get beat for telling your mom that you.
Yeah.
She like, you don't tell no adult that they lying. So I didn't know how to say you lying without saying you lying, So I was like, but we are rich, Mom. What are you talking about? She's like, we're not rich. Yes, we are. We have a candy dish. Out of all these people's houses up in Philly, they don't never have a candy dish, and our candy bowl stays full all the time. Our candy dish stays full, and I got 2 pinball machines, and I got an Atari, and I got a record player, and I got Light Bright, and I got the dog, and I got this. We rich, Mom. I didn't understand. She was like, no, we're not rich. Yes, we are. I got so mad. I was telling my grandma, Mom said we're not rich. She said, you're not. What are you talking about? So I gave her the list of stuff I got too. Like, I got stuff, we were rich. And when I got older, mom was like, "Yeah, you used to tell you were rich all the time, but we lived on Woosley. You know, and everybody knows that's low income because you're on Woosley. So that was our ghetto." And I was like, but I didn't know because you came in our house and it was glamorous.
Yeah.
And it looks, you know, it looked like when they show people apartments, they would always use my mom's house for the apartment because it was glamorous. I didn't know she was only paying $6 a month for rent. I had no clue. But even if you would have told me that, to me $6 was a lot because you didn't remember 25 cents bought a big bag of chips. So I just didn't know. But my mom didn't have my back. She didn't agree with me and say, "Yeah, we rich," because we was rich. Like, and the kids would come over, give me a candy. They would dig in our candy bowl, and then I come back and have the bowl be back full again. It was always there, and we had like a variety of candy. That's when Winkles was called Cubs. You don't know nothing about that, but yeah, I don't even think you were born.
Of course not.
Yeah, so
You generations ago. That's probably 2-3 generations. Yeah.
But, yeah, so you know, but my mom never had my back. I always was right. And
But
it's
she's
so
gonna say,
funny.
"Wait, what's the address?"
I always thought we was rich. I never, and it's so funny now because generations later, my daughter be like, "Yeah, grandma rich," and I be like, "She ain't rich."
now you doing it.
But now I know, but you know, then I didn't
Yeah.
understand. My daughter and all my kids and everybody else, I don't care. They all gonna feel
They
like
stay-
mom
she-
is rich
yeah, she stay
because
rich.
she looked rich to us, and that's what it is. I remember my mom's friends used to call my mom a mini Oprah, and she was always blessing with people. And that's why she said, if you give, you'll receive so much. The more you give, the more you receive because your hands are always out. She always taught me that. But having my back, no, that woman. She'll have my back if I'm right. But she ain't gonna. If I lie, she ain't gonna do it. She ain't lying with me. I'm just telling. And I wasn't even lying. I was telling the truth. What's this about saying?
She said, "Shout out to your mom."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. That is funny.
I did.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
have to
because you
bring it
don't
up
ever
tomorrow
feel
for
like that. I
breakfast.
mean, and I think that like it's good though in a way too, because I mean, there's both sides. Because some people be like, you know, "Oh, I grew up this way, or I grew up that way," but like, you know, the mentality goes a long way because you
Yeah.
felt like that, right? And
Mhm.
you wasn't living like you was poor.
That's right.
No matter if you was low income or not, you didn't have like that mentality. "Oh, we can't do nothing because
Yeah. That's
You know?
true. I was,
Yeah.
y'all, we was balling over there, okay?
Welcome in, CSGO lover. Welcome in.
Hey, welcome in. Yeah, we was balling. I had no clue. But my mom didn't have my back like your mom had your back. So my mom was not agreeing that we
She
was
wasn't
rich.
agreeing with the.
And then
the
my
story.
grandma wasn't no better because I'm going over there to tell my grandma, yeah, I'm trying to tell my friends I'm rich, and my mom keeps saying that. And my grandma, baby, you not rich, honey. I know you
wasn't
feel
working
like
out
you're
like
rich.
that.
You're not rich. No, grandma, I am. I got 2 I'm giving her the list of all the toys I got. Everything. I even got the one toy and the so. Because anything that was new and latest, I had it. I didn't know mom was only paying $6 a month for a hat. Who knew?
Yeah. And
Who
I mean,
knew?
and honestly, why it don't matter to you? Like
It
you
didn't
said,
matter.
you could know every detail. You still got all this different stuff.
I
in
know.
there.
I went over to my friend's
Yeah,
house
and
and
they
they
didn't
house,
have it.
they
Yeah.
house, they house didn't look like ours, and they didn't even have a candy dish.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't have a
It's
candy
crazy
dish.
stuff that we think about, but that is funny though.
I tried to do a candy dish, and I'm gonna tell you that's hard. I tried to do a candy dish for my kids because I remember the candy dish, and I remember so many different stories of this candy dish. So I got candy dish, and I put it in it. My candy kept disappearing. It was hard to refill mine. Mine's in,
So that probably you probably still was feeling like that then.
you know, that
And
candy
then
dish.
years later, you probably still was like, dang, yeah, she was keeping up with that candy dish. She must have been had
That
something
candy
on
dish
it.
never went
There ain't
out.
no way she.
There's just no way. And I know, and now that I'm even older, I know that she went to the boat section, you know, the cheapest part of the game.
But still, don't. Yeah.
It don't matter to me. She kept that up. I couldn't keep it up. But she only had me at the time, so I guess it's easy when you have one child.
Yeah.
And I had 5, 6 kids at my house
Yeah,
all the time.
25 kids
That-
at
that-
your house any given time.
That dish never stayed full. And I promise you, people came over my house just for the candy dish.
Yeah,
I don't even
minimum
think people
15
came over
kids.
to visit me. Adults came over, a candy dish. Even adults were shocked. But I'm gonna have a candy dish for my grandbabies though. They gonna have a candy dish.
Not so you bringing it back.
Only for them. So I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up in the cabinet. I'm gonna put it up in the cabinet. No, my kids had it.
But you said you
50th.
only stopped, but you stopped the candy.
I didn't have the money. I wasn't paying $6 a month for rent. Shit. If I was paying $6 a month for rent, that's okay.
You had a candy dish at that point, right?
Yeah, true.
That's too much.
I kept through at least like 3 or 4 months. I did a candy dish. That candy dish, I always had like 4 or 5 candies on the bottom of the bowl. Like, I gotta refill this again. I had to go back to the store and get some more candy.
The only candy that's standing is the one nobody wants. And then that started disappearing. That's when you know.
But I didn't even buy nasty candy. The ones that were standing, what is the nasty ones? Probably the Jolly Rancher that nobody wanted.
But it didn't get bad when those get eaten up. Six Boy said, I remember getting in trouble for going to my aunt's candy dish.
It's so funny. It's about my mom. Okay, so my mom married my stepdad. Of course, because he's my stepdad. But his brother and cousin came over. And I remember it was, I just started, got my first visit from Mount Flo. And I was laying on the floor and my stomach was hurting so bad and my mom was making nachos. And I've been begging for nachos and I couldn't even eat it, but I was begging for nachos. And my mom was like, you guys want some candy? You guys can have some candy. And I think this is probably their second time at our house, second or third. It wasn't, they hadn't came over that much. And they was like, no, ma'am, thank you. No, ma'am, we don't want no candy. My mom, when the kitchen started cooking, they started digging and putting it in their pocket.
Oh, dang.
I laughed so hard because I thought that was so funny because why are you sneaking candy? My mom just offered you the candy and we always had a candy bowl. Like, I don't remember a time not having this candy bowl. But they started putting the candy in and I just was I about peed on myself. And my stomach was hurting. Oh my goodness, that was so funny. And I used to bring it up to them all the time. I'd be like, Uncle so-and-so, I was going to say their name. I remember when y'all did that. That was so funny to me. But, you know, it was like rare for a candy dish. And then my one best friend, my son's first godmother, main godmother, she did a cookie dish. Well, you know, ain't nobody used to know cookie dish where you got a cookie jar. She did cookie jar.
Oh, cookie jar, though.
Mm-hmm.
Did she keep it populated?
It lasted the same amount, probably about the same amount of time as my candy dish.
Because, you know, everybody want to eat a cookie from a cookie jar. Come on now. That's why I don't ever see no cookie jar.
I was going to do a cookie jar, but then I was like, who's going to make these cookies all the time?
That's
I'm not doing it.
Getting the candy and having to bake the cookies every time and refill it. And then, you know, you got people greedy. They're going to get multiple cookies. Yeah.
Elias.
Oh, that person real crazy. This person grabbing all the cookies. I don't know who she's
And
pointing
Elias
at.
gonna be
That guy over there. Yeah.
Eli's gonna be slick. See, Chris gonna take about 3 or 4 at a time. Eli gonna take one, put the lid, sit down and eat it. Go to the bathroom, come down, take another one. By the time he done had 20 cookies that day.
You wouldn't even know. She ain't lying.
Cause he'll do one of that too. Where Chris just take 3 or 4 at a time, and me and Avi be like this. Where they cooking? We won't get nothing.
Yeah, that's why it's good you didn't do no cookie jar because you probably would never got the cookie jar.
No.
But Six Bo's acting up. She said, Six Bo said, nephew over here looking like, oh, here she go with another story. And Six Bo said, the cookie jar is a wasted counter space. Who cookies last that long? I'm eating them too. That's my thing. Unless you had like Chip Ahoy or something, that, you know, something that's like been on the shelf or something like that. I can't see if you making homemade cookies every time.
You know, I did have a cookie jar, but I didn't make them homemade.
What'd you do?
When we were staying at Mom's house, I had a cookie jar for about a week or 2.
Did you put?
I put cookies in. I don't know. I just put a whole bunch of different cookies in.
Like grandma cookies or something? Like ones you buy from the store?
I bought one that was half chocolate, half shortbread. I've done Oreos. I think I did Chip Ahoy.
Yeah.
So I just put them in there.
Cookie Jar was like one of them stores I could kind of see it, but
No, because those are expensive. I rather cook them.
that's why it's more. It's expensive. It's like, you know, but
I didn't know. No, I
anyway,
didn't.
we over here talking about getting the cookie at the Cookie Jar. we about to close out, y'all. We had fun. We had
That's
a
why
lot
you
of
always
different
become funny about my
conversations,
stories.
and so we appreciate y'all. You got anything you want to say? I'm gonna let you end off with this with the message.
Oh, you're so nice.
Yeah.
Just remember, no matter what, we all need some encouragement. We all need love. And it's just so warm to be able to have people to talk to and feel free and not to be judged on it. Get some passes out there, y'all. Give passes. Everything doesn't is not meant to really hurt us or break us. There are people that will intentionally do that, but we're hoping that we're not around those type of people. So find to be kind. If you have a partner, be kind to your partner. Say some encouraging words to them. If you don't, say encouraging words to the people that are close to you, your kids, your parents, cousins, auntie, uncles. Encourage them as well. Everybody needs it, and so do you. We love you, and we want you to always remember to love and live each day as if it were